My skin is very, very brown. This means there's nothing I love more than to wake up in the morning and read some white nationalists posts online. Let's get right into the news. So, what do white nationalists think about the Trump appointments? Well, let's go deep in the sticks of Kentucky. This guy's been busy since 2011. Trump announces former governor of Arkansas, Mike Huckabee, as ambassador to Israel. Not a big surprise here. I expected him to appoint a Jew, but instead chose a Christian who regularly pimps for the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews sham. All right. By the way, stop looking at her. In case it's not obvious, there's going to be a lot of racist stuff in this video. So, if that triggers you, you might not want to watch this video. I mean, we are literally reading from white nationals posts, and we're also using the word literally appropriately, which is strange in America. But anyway, just call him Huckabee. Wow. Hilarious. I don't get how Israel, quote unquote, loves him. Evangelicals are witless dupes who are exploited by Jews. They commission shepherds like Mike Huckabee to keep the herd in tow. People like Mike Huckabee are guilty of high treason. Evangelicals, a big part of why Trump won in 2016 and 2024. White nationalists thinks that they are witless dupes. Maybe I'm a white nationalist because I certainly seem to think like them. That issue, anyway. Who was that guy on, And Getting Old is Fun? I forgot his name. One of the biggest comedians in the country. Dave Chappelle, there it is. Maybe saying that phrase, pulled it out of my noggin. He had this character, I think it was a blind guy. Some of you know I'm going already. I could be like that blind guy maybe, you know? Talking about, you get out of here, you Negro! It's like, wait a minute. Do you know you are black, man? I forgot his name, man. That was hilarious. Huckabee's a worthless POS. I'd rather have a devout Christian and an ordained Christian minister representing our interests there instead of some atheist or Orthodox Jew like the current ambassador. There's no difference as far as, okay, he's responding to the last comment. There is no difference as far as representing the interests of the United States versus those of Israel. There is no difference as far as representing the interests of the U.S. versus those of Israel. All right. Trump taps Tulsi Gabbard as Director of National Intelligence. In the intelligence community, she's a quote-unquote babe in the woods. The three-letter agencies have been at this for a very long time. Truth be known, they've eliminated presidents who threaten them. Not sure what you're getting at there, Mr. Again, deep in the sticks of Kentucky guy. So this guy's talking about Matt Gaetz, the pedo guy. I'm not sure why he brings this up here, but he says Ohio Rep. Max Miller was being interviewed by Fox a while ago and stated that Matt Gaetz would never get confirmed for AG appointment because he was so difficult in Congress and many don't like him. Not to mention he was picked by Trump just for being a good soldier. Unfortunately, he has already resigned from Congress. So they think it's unfortunate that he resigned. Her Jewish handlers will handle her. She will do what she's told. I guess Matt Gaetz resigned from Congress after he got nominated for Attorney General position. And also, if he didn't resign, a report would have gotten dropped about him from the ethics investigation, which might have revealed more evidence towards his potential involvement in child sex trafficking. That he was connected to child sex trafficking is not in debate. It's just a matter of whether he's directly connected or indirectly connected by association. But what's absolutely true is he was friends with a child sex trafficker who is in prison right now for child sex trafficking, among many other crimes. Imagine Kamala Harris appointing for Attorney General a person who's associated directly, 1 degree of separation from child sex trafficker and multiple. What would these MAGA people say? Once again, as I've said many times, they stand for nothing. They have no values. They don't care about country. They don't care about God. They don't care about their families. They don't even care about themselves. It's a cult. They care about one thing: Donald J. Trump and MAGA. The Forum of Young Global Leaders. Klaus Schwab, founder and executive chairman of the World Economic Forum, created the Forum of Young Global Leaders in 2004 to help the world meet. Where did I get most from? To help the world meet increasingly complex and interdependent problems. Tulsi Gabbard. Holy smoke. She's on a thing with Zuckerberg and the World Economic Forum. I thought they were evil. They stand for nothing. And look at who she's hanging out with. This guy, this lunatic, of course. Trump expected to choose Senator Mark Rubio for Secretary of State. So real Donald Trump just selected Mark Rubio, one of the most heavily AIPAC-funded politicians in Washington, to Secretary of State. Is this America first? Is Rubio owned by Jews? $1 million from a pro-Israel lobby. And this is who the America First God is putting in his administration. Warmonger, hawk, bought and paid for by another country. But we're America first. We love America. We're patriots. We really love the country. Unlike those liberals who hate this country. We want America to succeed. And that's why we want someone who is controlled by another country to be appointed. Let's not forget Donald Trump with his secret China bank account and his ties to multiple countries across the globe through his business interests. But we're America first, though. Don't believe your lying eyes. Jews killing Hamas is good for us because it makes the Jews look bad. Mark Rubio said, I want them to destroy every element of Hamas they can get their hands on. So basically, more genocide of Palestine. I'm okay with that. I don't sympathize with any Muslims ever. So let me help you to process that. Slaughter the Palestinians. I don't care for them goddamn Muslim. Also, double prize. Slaughtering the Palestinians is something that will make the Jews look bad. I'm okay with something that I think will make the Jews look bad, but it doesn't make me look bad for liking what they're doing. Again, I have no problem with the Palestinian Muslims being slaughtered. I'm okay with that. I also like that doing this makes the Jews look bad. The Jews look bad doing something that I'm okay with. But it doesn't make me look bad that I'm okay with what they're doing, but it makes them look bad. Make that make sense. Out of Ukraine and into Iran. Trump picks Iran, Israel hawk Mike Waltz as his national security advisor. This stuff is so juicy, they can't even wait. They're talking about Mark Rubio, and they just inserted another appointment. I see there's a link, so they probably link into the other chat about it. True, but bear in mind the Jews, Trump's controllers, regard whites in the same category. Response to the killing Hamas, making Jews look bad comment. Important that you recognize the context. The neocons are back in town. Trump gave a very quick call. What's his second term will be all about. Get ready for a war with Iran. Get ready for a war with Iran. Are you ready? You're going nowhere. Get ready for Iran to back down again. When was the last war that Donald J. Trump started? Of course, somebody from the Republic, capitalize O, capitalize FL, Florida, would say something like that. It's not surprising. And just to give you some context, that weird capitalization thing is it's part of his profile. So it's not like he was just typing something, he made a mistake. This is something that I guess technically was a mistake he made, but, you know, he has it permanently as part of his profile. You know, I'm not one to criticize. I make a lot of mistakes. I'll put it straight out there. Like, I'm just so busy. I got so much stuff going on. You wouldn't know it, but I use a lot of voice to text. Sometimes voice to text puts some weird stuff in there, and I try to check it, but, you know, I'm just rushing. I miss some things. Also, I don't know, man. I speak much better than I type for whatever reason. Right? But the idea of me doing that as far as my channel name or my channel description or my signature, wow. Somebody putting something sensible in this white nationalist post, but unfortunately, they're not from the idiocracy, and maybe that's why. This person is from Switzerland. One of the most intelligent posts in here, of course, doesn't come from America, hell yeah. He says, foreign policy is not looking promising so far. True. Miriam Adelson donated $90 million and gets to pick the Secretary of State, domestic. Who will her pick be for DOJ? The thing that's ironic is this is exactly the kind of stuff that MAGA people claim to hate. But yet, they pushed for the very thing that they run around crying about. 3 billionaires in our government. One of those billionaires bought his way into our government. And a president bought and paid for to the tune of $90 million by Miriam Adelson. So when they vote for Trump, they're not voting for Trump. They're voting for his handlers, right? The guy who can't be bought was bought for $90 million. You can't make this up. I prefer an all-white administration, but if Trump had to pick non-whites to work in his cabinet just to appease the politically correct crowd, I would be... Which crowd would that be? Because PC people didn't vote for him. PC people wouldn't be in the Republican Party. So who are these people that matter to Trump who are PC, according to this white nationalist? But anyway, I'll be okay with Rubio and Tulsi, preferably in minor roles. Vivek, on the other hand, is nothing but a grifter and an opportunist. This guy might not be American. Never trust a Pajit to work for you unless it has to do with serving you Slurpees or pumping your gas. Look how Nikki Haley and that half Pajit. What did he just call her? We had a vice president. Turned out nothing good came of it. To sum it up, keep the administration as white as possible, no blacks or other low IQ degenerates. We're talking about making America great again, not degrading America. If you want some diversity, Maybe hire a few qualified Asians and Hispanics in minor administrative roles. Is this white nationalist accusing Donald Trump of the same thing I've been accusing Donald Trump of being a DEI hire who DEI hires people? Think again, these people don't have any values, no credibility whatsoever. The stuff they cry about, it's fake outrage. All this DEI stuff we've been talking, DEI, people, they should be qualified for the job. And when I go on a plane and I see a black man, I don't know if he can fly. I believe I can fly. Yet they got no problem with Donald Trump, yet again, because it's not new, it's not like it's a surprise. They voted for a guy who did it before, he's doing it again, hiring a bunch of people who are unqualified. Remember they talk about one of the biggest problems with Kamala is she's not qualified, even though she was qualified, right? She had the experience very much relevant to being a vice president. She was the attorney general. She won big cases. The people that Donald Trump is appointing have way less qualifications for the jobs they're appointed for than Kamala does. So if they really didn't like Kamala because she wasn't qualified, they can't stand Donald Trump for hiring even less qualified. And there's going to be an outrage from Charlie Kirk. They're going to come out, Donald Trump is a DEI. But if they're not making that noise, and they're not, that means it was all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Surprise, surprise. DEI was just a talking point that a bunch of suckers fell for, so a bunch of opportunists kept using it to get more money. They like, look at these dumb motherfuckers with this DEI. They love this stuff. I'm gonna make another video. Kamala's a DEI. She on her knees, and that's how she wasn't even elected. She's just dumb. She low IQ. Donald Trump appoints Colonel Sanders to be Secretary of State or whatever. Oh, well, maybe. Can we talk about something else? Oh my goodness. Idiocracy. Matt Gaetz. This is one I really want to hear about. Perfect. Perfect. Showing him with the gas mask. This is a future attorney general. Clown college kid. Trickster that would pull a stunt like this. Here's another one that surprises me. So the white nationalist is surprised. Seems that Matt Gaetz himself had legal problems over the years, accused of diddling young girls, as I recall. His heart's in the right place, but he's always seemed a bit nitwit to me. I would have expected Trump to pick someone like Trey Gowdy for attorney general instead of a goofball. Why would you have expected that? Is that because you too are a goofball? Again, Mr. Deep in the Sticks of Kentucky? What was the outcome of the past allegations? Who initiated them? Would you think Garfinkel is a better selection? The classic, well, he wasn't convicted. But the people we don't like don't need to be convicted for us to treat them as if they were. Because we stand for nothing. Apparently the investigation is ongoing. Look at this guy. How could you be a patriot and love America and vote for this guy? Like, it's as if you took a bowl of shit and just smeared it all over our country, all over our flag. We are gonna be looked at as just the most buffoonery, most idiotic nation in the world. You believe that we're the greatest nation in the world, and you would let us be brought to this level. It doesn't get much more unpatriotic than that. I like Matt Gaetz. This is a guy who has 18,000 posts on a white nationalist forum. I like Matt Gaetz. This is a good pick for Trump for AG. He's unhinged and perfect for the job. I hope he goes scorched earth on the swamp bastards. So he thinks a swamp king is gonna go scorched earth suicidal. Wow. Oh, in his confirmation hearing, Gaetz should begin his personal statement by reading the Epstein client list and the Diddy client list. So I would like to thank American people for selecting me Well, they didn't select him. But anyway, I would like to thank Donald Trump for selecting me for Attorney General. And as a thank you, I want to read the Epstein list. So I will start with the biggest customer of Epstein and renter of his jet in the last couple months. Donald Trump, good friend of Epstein, big customer. Right. I adore... It seems like the people that are most active on this forum tend to like Matt Gaetz. This guy is now 40,000 posts. I adore Matt Gaetz after Donald Trump. Matt Gaetz is my favorite politician. Attorney General will be a good fit for him. I had wanted him for vice president, but the law says you cannot have both president and vice president from the same state. Hey, look at this flag this guy has. I know a YouTuber that loves this flag. And he says, I like this pick. My favorite pick so far. This is the position second most important to being president, in my opinion. Matt has been persecuted like Trump with the Democrats' version of justice. Matt could be our Garland. So he's going to drag his feet. Already, though anonymous, GOP senator says he won't get confirmed. Pete Hegseth is chosen as defense secretary. Never heard of him, and I watch Fox News. White nationalists watch Fox News. He's the goofball who wears strange suits with red shoes. Look at this guy with an American flag liner. Could you be more empty inside and just a grifter, panderer? By the way, he served as a major in Minnesota National Guard. By way of comparison, Biden's Negro Lloyd Austin was a regular Army 4-star general. No wonder I never heard of him. I wouldn't listen to any news host dressed like that. No, he served in the National Guard, but he was never in senior leadership. So was Hitler. He was just a corporal. So you think this goofball is another Führer, or however you pronounce that? Führer? Think again. I hope to God that Trump doesn't put any Negroes in high-ranking positions. This country has had enough of DEI hires as it is, which is why I love that he's doing a bunch of DEI hires. Because I like DEI hires as long as they agree with my ideology. I don't care about the unqualified. I just care about the ideology. It's going to take a ton of whites to undo all this damage that the half-Pajit done to this country. Is the vice president a useless position, or is it a powerful position? I don't know the answer to that question. Dude is a clown. This guy thinks that our problems in this country are deeper than just Negroes in government. Elise Stefanik for a UN ambassador. This means he's really gonna strongly support Israel on the world stage. What happened to MAGA? What do you mean, what happened to MAGA? This is MAGA. This has always been MAGA. Where you been? Wow. Me watching the conservatives slowly realize Zion Dawn is a fraud and played them all. 117,000 posts. Donald Trump is a fraud and he played them all, says the white nationalist. Her first act after the announcement, reporting to her real boss, Representative Stefanik, to meet with Israeli President Herzog. What happened to MAGA? It probably got thrown in the trash the moment Trump won the election. Time will tell for sure, though hopefully I'm wrong. A very bitter pill to swallow. Oy vey. Responding to the Zion Dawn fraud. To whomever still cannot see what's happening, my condolences. By the way, Stefanik was a never-Trumper, which makes her a rhino. Donald Trump appoints rhinos in his administration. Tulsi Gabbard was literally a Democrat not so long ago. So if anyone qualifies for a rhino role, it would be a Democrat. But as I said, MAGA is soulless. They do not care about anything. They stand for nothing. They have no values. The cult over God, country, family, self, insanity. Stephen Miller. I suspect that they will enjoy this pick. And oh boy, if I'm correct. Miller wrote a lot of good speeches for Trump. Oh, look, another Jew. Oh, I forgot about that part. Jews start to look all alike after a while. Man, why did he have to be a Jew? That complicates things. Apparently, they say Miller promotes white nationalist ideas. Don't shoot the messenger. Trump's cabinet is shaping up to look just as Jewy as Biden's. All of the non-Jews are, of course, 100% kosher certified grade A golden goys. Y'all trolling over a guy doing his job. By the way, in NS Germany, there were Jews fought for the Red Army. That's a good point, man. If all the Jews were like Stephen Miller, we wouldn't have a Jewish problem. Here's the ACLU complaining about him. Oh, must be a great Jew then. Anyway, guys, that is what the white nationalists think about Donald Trump picking all these wonderful DEI folks. That the DEI people, oh my goodness, DEI, are not going to have a problem with. Imagine that. This is the Debate Me channel. Debate Me in the comment section below. Click on the like button, subscribe, smash that bell, be well.